Hello there, Kristen.
Hello there, Laura.
How are you?
I'm great.
I don't know why we're talking in
We're talking
British
like Dorit.
accents. Yeah,
Dorit-Kyle.
exactly, because we're going to Beverly Hills, where it's more like, "Hello, darling, how are you?"
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So, Beverly Hills. Come on, was this episode 3?
4.
4?
Yeah, it's kind of moving fast,
It is
right?
moving
I feel like
fast.
it just started.
I do feel like it just started.
But time flies when you're having fun.
Beverly Hills. So
We're having so much fun with Beverly Hills, aren't we?
We are we're still in our Kooky Kathy episode, but
Yes.
the Kooky Kathy part has sadly gone away, and now we're to be continued on this Dorit-Kyle fight.
Oh, it picks right up into their fight at the dinner table.
I want it to be done.
That fight is just continuing. And it takes right off with Dorit saying that Kyle iced her out for 6 months because Dorit made a silly comment about her fashion show, which was 4 years ago. 4 years ago when she said, Kyle doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
Right.
Kyle didn't talk to her for 6 months, so that was the first of the icing out.
Icer. And you know what? I used
She's
to
an
think it was
icer.
Kathy that was the icer. Maybe they're both icers, but now I'm thinking the reason she's never talking to Kathy is because it's Kyle that might be the icer.
No, I think that it's
Or
a
they're
Richard
both.
sisters trio thing. I think that Kim ices out. I think Kathy ices out, and I think Kyle. I think they all do it to each other. They're icers. Yeah, they're all I think they all feed off each other, and that's just what Kyle knows. That's how she deals with it.
I don't know. And then
That's
Kyle is going, and she was like, "How could you say that about my business?" And then Dorit had a good point when she was like, "How about when I did the buca de peppa, de pupa, de papa?
made
You were
fun of her
making fun of
too.
it." And then she's like, "Do I feel like I was transported to Italy?" No. So Kyle does talk out of both sides of her mouth.
She does. It's a double standard, right?
Yeah, like,
Yeah. No,
I don't know.
I think Dorit is so sharp this season.
I love Dorit.
She is on point with
love
everything.
Dorit this season. I love it.
She's smart, and she's got the receipts in her head.
Yeah,
she doesn't even have to pull the receipts.
But
she just to show them. She's got them in her memory.
I love this Dorit, and I
love
that
it.
Kyle's like, I don't know who that girl was sitting at the table next to me. I don't know who that was, because wow, she's never really stood up to you, Kyle. How about that? Sounds like it's been a little bit of a one-sided friendship. And I also
totally agree
when she said, like, not only do you freeze me out, but you punish me.
Yeah,
like it's a punishment.
It is. It's like it's almost like mental abuse when you ice people that way. You know, it's just not.
No, I just want this fight to be over. We can't. It's getting. We can't do it all season. Like, please. I know they made up at the end, or they're looking forward to moving on, and then Kyle's starting to cry. When she starts to cry,
Because she's so sensitive.
she has such an ugly cry though when she cries. It's like Kim Kardashian has the ugliest cry I've ever seen in my life. Have you ever seen her?
I have. She
Her
has an
face
ugly
is like
cry
crazy.
face.
Like that. Kyle is her voice. I don't know her
voice cracks.
but she's second to Kardashian. No one is as bad as Kim Kardashian's ugly cry. It's outrageous.
Well, what I'm seeing with Kyle more than ever now is that Dorit, as an example, and I think other friends too, was her lackey. And I think Kyle is used to friends
having a lackey,
being her lackey. So if you're not going to be her lackey, that's why she's like, I don't even recognize her. She's not my lackey anymore.
Right, exactly. She's actually standing up to me.
She's standing up to me. My friends don't do that. I mean,
like
let's bring up Teddy for a second, who came up a lot this episode. Wouldn't you say Teddy is Kyle's lackey? Yes, she is.
Well, I think also Teddy's younger than Kyle. And I feel like Kyle is the baby, and she has that like need to be like the one that's older or more in control or the alpha dog, you know what I mean? Because she's
not so with her sisters, right?
Because she was the baby, and Kathy is very overbearing. Kyle,
yes, she is. Yes.
And then these poor other women. Jennifer Tilly just can't keep up and wants her dinner. Bose just wants her freaking tacos.
I love them.
They're like, no one is free for it. And I like
they had some nice comic relief.
And she was funny, and she was like, she's like, Bose was like, none of these women are straightforward. You pick up a rock, there's another rock, you go into that rock, There's
There's a
another
frog.
one. There's a plant. Like it just goes and goes. And Jennifer Tilly's like, I can't keep up with this crap. This is going on for years, like back and back.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there, and yes, Boz says there's a lot of layers. So yeah, and
Sutton
they're just coming into it. So they're looking like we got to figure this out. We don't know what's going on.
and Sutton chimes in. She's like, I've been iced out
Okay,
too.
right.
Did you see that by Kyle? Like maybe that's
Yes.
something you need to work on.
So as
Meanwhile,
much
Sutton's
as
so
Sutton
fucking
gets
crazy.
on my nerves
She's
this
so crazy.
season,
She's crazy.
she's crazy. It was the only relevant thing I think she had to say, which was good that she said it. It was a good point. Kyle has iced me out too. And, there is a way
I
to
have
get
been
through
there.
this. I have been there. So I think that kind of added a little bit of a good tone, but then I was very disappointed with who I love very much, but I was very disappointed with Garcelle.
Why? Tell me.
Okay, because she really had to insert herself into this fight by saying that Dorit never apologizes or she
Right.
doesn't mean her apology when she says it.
Right. Like
And
just it was kind
why
of like
did Garcelle have to do that?
right. It was kind
Because
of
she
like
hates Dorit?
yeah, she does not like it. She's like, "Well, I'm not surprised, Dorit."
Yeah,
And she's like, "Cuz I'm not your favorite person." And I honestly think that Dorit handled that well because let me
I
tell
do
you
too.
something.
I do
If
too.
I was Dorit and I felt like I was sort of being it was like a little bit of an attack, it was a little bit of a sniper attack from
Yes.
Garcelle, I would have been like, "You know what? Fuck you, Garcelle." Like I would
Yeah.
have just been like, "Shut up. I'm
Like,
talking
what
to
do you
Kyle."
have to do with
Right,
this?
and, like, thanks for adding in your 2 cents
Yes.
because I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I thought she was
It
very
was
classy
unnecessary.
the way she handled that because that was,
Yes.
like, an unnecessary jab
It was an
from
unnecessary.
Garcelle,
It was an
who
unnecessary
we
jab from
love.
Garcelle, who we love, but she just doesn't like Dorit. That has nothing to do with this issue she's got going on right now
With
with
this
Kyle.
dumb, "I said this, you said that." So
Yeah.
then the apology is proffered, and then it's like, "I don't feel like it's genuine. I don't feel like it's genuine." And then it's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
You know
I'm sorry because I think the way Dorit said, "I'm sorry for offending you at
Right. "Oh, I'm
BravoCon,"
sorry you feel that way,"
or "I'm
is
sorry you feel
essentially
that way," and she's like,
essentially
"See, it's not genuine."
right, and then she's
And
like, "I came looking for resolution, Dorit came looking for a fight."
yeah, I
But I
don't
don't
think
think so, I
so.
don't either.
No,
I think
no.
Kyle is very used to people falling in line.
Yes, I think so.
Fall in line, people,
Yes.
and I used to think Kyle was, like, super cool, and I think she is cool. However, I do think she can be a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely think
But,
so.
like, very, like, a low tone, like, underrated
Yes.
under the radar.
I think in many ways, Kyle knows exactly
Of
what she's doing.
course she does.
I
She's
do.
no dummy.
Yes. And I
No.
think that she knows it's her show.
Exactly.
She's the queen and she's kind of untouchable. And I think her ego has swelled
Listen, no
more
one is
recently than
untouchable.
before.
No one is untouchable, as we have seen,
I
like,
know.
they've rebooted New York. Those ladies
Yes.
thought you know what I mean? Like, not
Yes.
but yes, Kyle is that franchise. She's been on it since the beginning. However, but look at Vicky Gunvalson, the OG and the OC, and bam,
Yeah. Gone.
friend.
Yep.
Yikes.
So I think that it's Kyle thinks it's her show. I think to some degree Garcelle and Sutton think it's their show, but what I'm going to say is I think this season is it's Dorit's show. That's
Absolutely.
what I think.
And apparently she does
And
not
I don't
take
think
her
these
foot
ladies like it
off the
very much.
gas. No. And you know what? I thought it was funny that's when Sutton and Garcelle were talking the next day. She's like, "Did you not feel like you were in divorce court?" I thought that was funny.
That
Like,
was funny.
oh my God.
But it was good that Dorit excused herself. She left the table like, I'm going to excuse myself now.
And she's
Um,
kind of
and
hanging with
I don't even
Erica.
think it was bad that she brought Erica into it because she had to make her point.
Oh, right. But Erica, this eviscerated comment. Erica's like, I was eviscerated. I was
Yes.
eviscerated.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, but she apologized to me. I don't even know about I think it was something she said on Watch What Happens Live or
She
something.
said something to Andy like, I think that, some other ladies have to get eviscerated like I was. But she was basically saying, I think what Erica was trying to say is, I meant that really more for Andy. I wasn't saying that as a dig
Right.
at
And she's
Kyle.
like, but she apologized. Like, how many friends? I don't have friendships like where I have to apologize to people all day. Am I?
No.
Are we apologizing to each other all day? No.
No.
Like, because we're not.
Right.
It's just not normal behavior.
It is not normal.
You know what I mean? Like,
No.
why do you always have to fucking apologize and move on? Move on.
Yeah.
It's not real life.
But every single thing that Kyle is mad at Dorit about, all of them, when you look
So
at them, they're
stupid.
all little jokes.
Nothing.
They're nothing.
I
They're
think
jokes.
I'm all team
So for
Dorit
you,
all day.
I am all team Dorit.
I am all
with
team
this.
Dorit.
And I think anybody who's not is really missing the mark on this because it's definitely not Dorit.
No.
No.
And it's funny. When they were getting ready for the boat the next day, Jennifer Tilly was funny. She's like, I kind of enjoyed it. It was like watching tennis. She's like, back and forth. Like, these poor women are subjected to sitting there watching this. And then
Did you see Kathy brushing her teeth with
Oh.
her, what was that? With her eyeshadow brush?
she comes in, she was like, Doogie, do you have a toothbrush? And she's like, I don't know how me and my sister were raised in the same, and we're the
Very
most different people. She
strange.
was brushing, she thought she was going to polish her teeth with her eyeshadow.
Okay, that's what she was doing with that. That's kind of gross.
I don't know. It's really gross. Kathy is very eccentric.
She's extremely eccentric. And I'm kind of over Sutton having her little crushes. So now she's got a crush on Captain Theo.
Oh,
I could care
my God.
less.
Okay, do you remember the
I am
show?
so tired of Sutton
Wait
saying,
a
I
minute.
like this one. I want to go out with this one. Oh, he's cute.
And makes Dorit give him her phone number.
Oh my God.
Call. Wait,
I don't think that
have
guy's
to
going
say
to call
this.
Sutton, do you?
Do you remember the show Life Goes On?
He sounds familiar.
Quirky. He was like the special kind of kid.
Yes,
He was Corky. I'm like,
Okay.
this guy looks like Corky from Life
my
Goes
God.
On. Like, totally.
There was, yeah.
Listeners, Google Corky from Life Goes On. That was Captain Theo. Completely, like, he was like he almost looked elfin. She's like, I like those biceps.
I like
I
his
would let him.
voice.
I would let him put his ship in my harbor.
That wasn't even funny.
Not funny. Ew.
It was
gross.
just like I'm getting tired of Sutton with her blind dates and her crushes.
Sutton is just weird.
I don't know about anybody else. I just
Sutton
don't care.
is so bipolar, hot and cold.
She's so
But I love
strange.
that she comes down and she looks like JoJo Siwa, and she's like, I was hoping for Grace Kelly. No, I think Jennifer Tilly was the one that said, "Hello, Stevie Nicks," when Dorit
that was
came down.
That was a good one.
I just thought that was funny.
He did have a Stevie Nicks vibe going on.
Um,
Dorit always looks good. She always brings on the looks. She knows how to bring them on.
yes, she does. And then they take their little jeeps to the boat, and then they say Captain Theo, and that's weird.
And Kyle was getting embarrassed because Kathy was bossing around the people who were grilling.
She's
and
like, why is
very
she telling the chef
bossy.
how to cook?
Yeah.
Why is she telling the chef de cuisine at this fancy hotel how to cook on a ship? Like, she's like, well, I barbecue. I'm a barbecue. I like to barbecue. And then, I thought it was so funny, the line that Kyle said. And she's like, next thing she's going to be telling the captain how to drive the boat. And she's like, it's going to be the new Gilligan's Island. And I'm going to be stuck with these ladies for the rest of my life.
God help me.
God help me.
But at the table on the boat, it looks like Dorit and Kyle kind of make some amends, which is nice. And Dorit says, I really love you.
Yeah, because
I don't hate you.
Right.
That's when Kyle starts.
And she's like, we're both going through this. And she was like, our hobbies are closer than ever. And we're going through this.
And we've never been further apart. Dorit is cautiously optimistic, which I think is smart.
But ahead.
She shouldn't just fall right back into it with Kyle. She's got to be a little like that.
I know, but they beat this shit to death. Like, let's just pray.
Please.
That we're not talking about it. Because Dorit was like, there are many more conversations to be had. And I'm like, please, no. Please, no.
What more are we going to talk about with that?
Oh, I love that. And just a little aside note. I love that when they were done at the table, Sutton stood up and smacked her head. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
That was
great.
I was like, maybe it'll knock some sense into her. Maybe it'll put her back on the right track.
When, you know what? When Sutton isn't trying to, she is actually funny. And she does come up with some things that are just strange, but you kind of go, "Oh, that's interesting."
She's just a
So
nut.
she's quirky too.
She is quirky. She does bring some kind of something to the show.
She
She
does.
has a ton of money, so that's
Yeah, she's
something
got
she's
FU
bringing.
money.
Yeah, and she's, just your stereotypical divorcee who's getting
Yes. Well,
$350,000 a
damsel
month.
in distress.
Getting
She's got
350.
rich people's problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But we kind
RPP.
of RPP. But then it does it was what I was really surprised to hear was when Kyle and Garcelle are talking
Yeah.
and PK texts Kyle all
Wait,
the time.
but I didn't know.
What the
See,
hell was
but
that?
they didn't elaborate because Garcelle was like, "What?" But
Yeah.
I think they were made it sound a little salacious because what if PK is just reaching out like to say, "How's Dorit? What's going on?" You don't know the context in which he's reaching out. I just
Okay.
wish they would
Yeah,
have
they didn't go
I
into
just
that.
wish they
That's
would have just
true.
elaborated more. Is he sexting her? I don't think so. You know what I mean? They were kind of
But
making it like, "Oh, is it like?" Because the way Garcelle reacted, I would not have been reacted. My first question would have been, "Well, what is he asking? What is
me
he
too.
like? What does he want to know? Maybe he
Mhm.
just wants to know, are the kids okay? Is Dorito right? Or unless he's just
But
reached
he must know that her and Dorit aren't really
if he's
talking.
reaching out like, "You wanna see Boy George and Culture Club next week? Come on, baby."
Or maybe he is like, me and Mo and how
Right.
Mo is doing. And
Correct.
Mo seems like he's in good
So
spirits. I don't
I
know.
would like some more information.
Maybe she wants a little connection to Mo, like a little friend to tell her what's going
Exactly.
on. I don't know.
I need more information on that. I'm not jumping to any kind of conclusions because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
he's old, PK. There's no way
How
there's
old is PK? What is he, like
I
60?
yeah,
Or in the
maybe. I
50s?
don't even know. He might even be 58. He looks a lot older, I think, than he is.
He does. But here's the thing. What if Dorit was texting with Mo? How would that be?
Well,
I'd be
that
very
is a
pissed
little
if I was
yeah.
Dorit. Can you
Yeah,
imagine
no,
if she was texting
exactly.
with Mo?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So that's why it just didn't sit with me. I was like, and she said it kind of like very blasé. Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, he texts me all the time.
Well, she said it like a little salacious, like, "Well, PK reaches out to me," and she kind of had
Yeah.
that face, like, "Can you
Wouldn't
believe
she
it?"
tell Dorit? I mean, Dorit's gonna find this out, and I am
But
really interested how that's gonna
I
come
just
out.
need to know the context. I'm gonna guess that it's a little
Okay.
bit about
It's
Mo.
probably
It's a
innocent,
little bit
but
about I don't think it's anything.
no, I don't think it's anything, but I do think that it is a
It is
bit of a
slightly weird.
betrayal
It's a little slightly
to her
weird.
friend. And again, if Dorit was doing that with Mo, that would not go over well.
No, I
So that's
agreed. Agreed.
no matter what they're texting about, they could be texting jokes to each other. Who knows?
Right.
Um,
So it's
but then
just
they were
more
talking about how Kyle's scared of being alone because
old and
Garcelle's
alone.
old and alone. Because Garcelle's kind of going, they're in a
She's
similar
figuring
place.
herself out as a woman and where she belongs and
Right.
she's got all the rest figured out. But it's a different time. Your kids are getting older
Mm-hmm.
so now
Empty nesters.
Sutton and are having a D&M, a deep and meaningful Sutton and Dorit.
Right.
And she's like, I can't believe it. She's like, I get it. I feel like Sutton's divorce was so traumatic to her that she now wants to help everybody who's ever going through divorce
Because
because
I've
hers
gone
was
through this.
so bad.
Yeah.
Like I think it really. She's still crying about it. It was like 5, 6 years. Not that, but you know what I mean. It's as if it just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. It's
know?
still, the wounds are still fresh with her divorce
Yeah.
and what she went through with a powerful man who has a lot of money. But here's the thing, really quick. I'm going to pick on Sutton again. Um, she does talk about it. She's talked about it from the beginning, but you really don't know a lot at the same time. She doesn't,
Right.
Sutton does not take us into her personal life.
No.
Like we see her kids a little bit. We see her daughter a little bit.
Right.
She
She'll
has two
show a
sons who
picture.
you barely ever
She'll show
see.
a picture.
Yeah, she'll show a picture,
Like,
or
oh,
we
she
went here, or we did that.
graduated. Yeah.
We do not know a lot about the depth of Sutton's life. So she's not sharing a lot. Sorry, I'm going to pick on Sutton now.
That's
But
right. You can pick on Sutton. Sutton deserves to be picked on
yeah, she's on my nerves. And
because
she's not bringing a lot
she's so
this season.
bipolar. Not like in the sense of she's just hot cold. You never know
Yeah.
what Sutton's showing up because the night before she was all at the dinner, the kumbaya, we are sisters forever. I love you
I love
girls.
that.
They're
That was
waxing and waning. And then the next day on the bus, she has to freaking start in with Dorit. Like, what?
yeah.
You do not talk to me like that. And wagging her finger in the face. Like, do you know what I mean? And
Yes.
now they're fighting, and she's like, "But the last night was the sash, and we're sisters forever." And
What
and
was
then
it, brownie camp?
oh my
Is
God,
that what
Erica,
Erica
I'm sorry. Only at
said?
brownie
Is this cheer
camp.
camp?
Is this cheer camp? I'm sorry. What? What's happening? What's happening?
I really think that that was so dumb.
It was so dumb, and they were
Giving a
laughing at her.
speech,
They were
and
literally laughing at her.
I would have been laughing too. I mean, it was so stupid. And yes, were they 10 years old? I mean, give me a break. Oh, and I did like that Boz, who I love. I really Boz,
Us.
I'm gonna say again, she is
Oh
MVP.
God, yeah.
I absolutely am obsessed with her, and she's talking about her man.
Yeah, she's
So,
like,
and
he's
I'm sure
fine
Boz
as
is gonna bring us
hell.
right into her life. We're gonna see a
Well,
lot
we've
more
seen
with
her daughter a
Boz.
bunch of
Her
times. She must
daughter,
be.
yes,
But
and
when
her man's name is Keely, I think she said, and she
yeah.
dated a con artist before
Oh
that.
my
That was
God. And
interesting.
Jennifer Tilly was talking about that too, how she was dating this one guy and she was passing her credit card under the table.
Yeah, because he
Like,
was too embarrassed. Like he didn't want people to know he didn't have money.
oh my God. But he
She
was
called him a
also,
grifter, I think.
yeah, grifter. I love the word grifter. I use that word. But
Yes.
wait, it was so funny. But so when Captain Theo carried, I know we're jumping around,
Mm,
but when he carried Sutton off the boat, um
who cares?
Garcelle had the best line. She was like, I don't know. She's like, let Sutton be Sutton. But she's like, she'd rather be alone than on a date wearing a kitty sweater talking about her neuropathy in her foot. I was like, that is so funny. Like, ew.
Yes.
Like, Sutton is a kitty sweater.
Yeah.
I'm going to whip out my kitty sweater. Oh, and then there was this thing about the John Mellencamp post and the
See, here we go
reposting.
again where Garcelle's going at Dorit. So, right, because at the dinner the night before, Dorit was right with everything she said. She said, because Kyle was on her about not being, not standing up for Teddy. And she said, I'm not that good of friends with her.
Right. She's like, we're friends.
We're friends, but we're not close.
Right, we're not that close. So I
We're not
just
that close.
figured and see, but I would be pissed at Kyle for this comment because she said, so she's like, so I just reposted it. And then she's like, really, Dorit? Do you really think that Grammy, Tony winner, John Mellencamp needs your Instagram support? I
Right.
don't think so. Like, that's a bitchy comment.
That is a bitchy
And she was
comment.
just doing something nice.
She was doing something nice. I don't think she was doing it to say, I'm going to help John Mellencamp. It was just, oh, Teddy tagged me in this. Now I'm going to, what did she do? Forward it or
Right.
whatever it was.
But then Garcelle said and started trouble again and said,
Yes.
but you're not, I thought you weren't friends with Teddy. And then Kyle chimes in and is like, oh, now you're not friends with Teddy?
Yeah.
Huh? And she's like, and then she has to say, well, we are friends, but we're not close. So I just
Right.
thought I'd repost it. But like, that was bully behavior.
That was
to
bully
Dorit.
behavior.
And that was being a jerk. 'Cause
Yes.
this is right after she's crying on the boat.
Yeah. So
know?
why are you rehashing this up yet again? And I think Dorit is kind of over it now. Like Garcelle, like, I
Yeah,
don't care.
I don't
You
care.
want to
Right.
come for me?
You want to
Come
hate
on.
me? You want to hate me? Go ahead.
I
hate me.
reposted something that Teddy Mellencamp sent me. I
Big.
said we were friends. I just said we weren't close. Who cares?
I know.
And yes, the Kyle remark, totally unnecessary and mean.
Right. Like,
So,
not
if
need to.
you know what? Then if Dorit did nothing with that post and just let it be, then they would have said, oh, you didn't even do anything with the post. It's like she can't win.
Right.
So I feel for her, and
Dorit wanted to, she
mean
said,
girl behavior from both Garcelle and Kyle.
totally. And I like that Dorit was like, I'm going to keep that scarf in case I need to strangle the ladies with it.
Yeah,
I
don't
was like,
blame her.
Uh,
But then the next day on the bus, this back to your point.
ah.
So I think what happened was there was a misunderstanding. I think that Sutton decided to go at Erica for a minute because Erica mumbled something kind of innocent under her breath.
Well, just like, did she really say that? Or that's not what she said? Or, they
So
were just
what?
whatever. Right.
That was nothing.
Erica's really cool. Like, I think she can be like, she was crazy the 2 seasons ago with Sutton,
Yes.
when she was going through the divorce and the whole thing with Tom. But now she's leveled out again.
She has. I think Erica's in a really good place.
I think so too.
And I think she's kind of saying, listen, I'm going to kind of stand on the side and let these ladies do their thing. And I'll throw in because she is kind
Right.
of being a voice of reason
Yeah.
a little bit. I
And
think
she
her
needs the
and
money.
Boz
I mean, let's
are
face it.
being good voices of reason for
Yep.
this crew right
And
now.
she's got to keep Erica Jane alive. You know, she's got to support herself.
Of course. Yeah. But so when Sutton was calling out Erica for mumbling under her breath, and then I think Dorit got a little wound up about the whole Teddy thing.
Yeah.
And then she was getting upset with Sutton. I think that was just a little bit of a misunderstanding. But Dorit did make a good point. It's like Sutton just has two sides.
Well, she said, you know what? You never know which one is showing up. And she
Right.
says to Sutton, she's like, it's a pattern with you.
Yeah.
If you don't like my tone, then it's stop yelling at me.
Mhm.
And then, you know,
Mhm.
that's it. They get on the plane and they leave.
Yeah. So that was kind of stupid that Sutton brought that up. But
it was, I think Dorit again was right.
yes. Dorit's been right this entire time. Next week, guess who we see?
Who do we see?
We see Camille.
Oh, God.
Now, I think Dorit goes
Oh,
for her.
God,
'Cause
kill me.
They don't like each other. So this is going to be another fight.
Kill me. Camille. Oh.
She's another.
Eek.
Oh,
Yikes.
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll tune in to see Camille. No, we won't. We'll tune in to see all the crazy drama
Of course.
that the ladies of Beverly Hills. But I hope there's more Kooky Kathy themed episodes.
Yeah, they're fun.
Because I
They
love
really
a Kooky
are.
Kathy episode.
Yes, they're great.
All right. Well, I guess we're wrapping this up from
Mhm.
Beverly Hills. We're
Yep.
leaving Rodeo Drive.
Yes.
And we're going to about to record another one about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Oh, they're next.
So stay tuned.
More fighting.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Follow us on Littler Podcast, LITLR Podcast.
Thank you, everybody.
And Ladies in the Living Room on YouTube.
Yes.
All right.
Have
We
a good
love you.
one.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.